I'm Joe Ross for the Michigan Propane Gas Association. We're here in Grand Rapids, Michigan to talk about propane-fueled vehicles. It's a new trend that's been happening in recent years. Our first guest is Scott Underwood. He's with Alto Gas, a major supplier of propane vehicles as well as propane products, home heating, throughout the West Michigan, Mid-Michigan area, I should add. Scott, why are companies converting over their fleet vehicles, their delivery trucks and buses, as well as cars?
It's quite simple. It's really going green. So there's two green factors. One is your wallet. They're saving money on their budget. And the second is going green for the environment by cutting their emissions.
Now, so you can save money. You save money on the fuel. How much can you save? I mean, just roughly, how much can a fleet save on the fuel cost per year?
On average, they're going to see over $1 a gallon savings.
Okay, so that really adds up. And I think I heard a couple of school districts as well as sheriff departments that are saving like $200,000 a year just on fuel alone.
Yes, and then what the real benefit is they're locked in for that price for the year. So they can, they know what their budget's going to be for the year on their fuel costs, not unlike the volatility of gasoline and diesel.
Okay, what are some of the types of vehicles, in addition to buses, what are some of the types of other vehicles that people are converting?
Really, right now, the fleets are looking at it. So anything with a fleet base. It could be a car, a truck, a bus, anything. So as long as it's fleet and they're looking to save on their budget.
Okay, now in mid-Michigan, I know you've been in the media, news media a lot about a large fleet of county vehicles. What is in the mix of vehicles there?
You got dump trucks. They have pickup trucks for the park and rec. You have the transit buses, and you see cop cars running on it too. So there's a multiple vehicles that can apply to this.
Okay, so if you're a small company or a nonprofit and you have over 10 or 12 vehicles or more or 100, it might be a good idea to switch over to propane, it sounds like. Is that kind of the sweet spot, having 12 vehicles or more on your fleet?
Honestly, I could do it for 4 or 5 vehicles. So, I mean, we can really make the numbers work, and especially with all the rebates that are out there right now that people are taking advantage of, that helps cut on the cost of these vehicles being converted.
Okay, now I'd like to bring in our other expert, another Scott, who's an expert on these vehicles. He's the fleet manager, fleet maintenance guy for this school district. Scott, well, first of all, I want to talk about this amazing vehicle back here. It was built in 2011. It's been running propane. How many miles are on this thing?
141,000.
141,000. So I'm guessing as a mechanic, you're pretty convinced, you're fairly convinced that propane was a good way to go?
Yes.
Okay. Right. I'm only going to get one word response out of you. No, that's cool. These trucks then, I mean, as far as, what was it for you? What first got you interested in going to a propane-fueled vehicle?
Mostly the cost of maintenance. There's none of the exhaust DPFs or DEF that you have to deal with on diesels. Half the filters, half the oil. A normal oil change can be $40–50 on a diesel, where it's $6 for a filter on one of these and 7 quarts of oil.
Is that right? Okay, so you're saving on the maintenance and the and also, of course, they're cleaner burning. What about the noise? I mean, are these any noisier than a diesel engine?
No, they're quieter. They sound just like a car. Diesel will growl and make a lot of noise. Our drivers say it's a lot nicer. They don't have the noise.
That's great.
Power-wise, they're about the same.
Is that right? So you're not giving up any power?
No.
Now, when we first came in here and they were looking to do propane, one of the topics was how are the drivers going to take on the propane? And they were kind of worried about how they were going to do that. And from the sounds of it, they almost fight for the propane buses now. They like them so much. Is that, I mean, something you see?
I would say they like them just because they're the newer buses, but no, they would rather have the quieter buses.
Okay, and I know you don't have to plug them in the wintertime.
No, that's another thing we don't have to worry about is plug them in, icing, fuel icing. A lot of times we'd be out in the snowbanks in the middle of the winter, and
these are running just fine?
These are doing fine.
All right, this is the big question. Would Scott actually buy more of these vehicles? I mean, that's the real test. I mean, they've had these for a number of years. They've got over 100,000 miles on them. They're running great. Would you guys invest in more of these?
Yeah, we just purchased 2 more that we're going to put on the road, so that'll bring our fleet up to 50%, and hopefully later on we'll keep buying them.
Okay, good. So it sounds like we got a pretty good case study here in Grand Rapids on these propane vehicles. Scott, what would you say? What are the first steps for somebody watching this show right now? We get a lot of comments from our viewers on these vehicles. What's the first steps for somebody to try to decide to go to propane?
Well, you want to reach out to us at the MPGA or the autogas.com, Michigan Auto Gas. And we would get you in the right direction for rebates, programs, get you in with a marketer to set up an appointment. We can go over all the possibilities of what we can get you into, and even the infrastructure. Talk about the filling infrastructure like this behind us on site, or if you have to go somewhere and fill. It's really easy, really simple.
Okay, so just type in your search engine Michigan Auto Gas, and you're going to find the website. So basically, and also there's some money out there available, isn't there, for rebates?
Yes, for anyone that is looking to do propane for the first time on a new purchase, there's a $4,000 rebate for that. So, and that's going until the end of the year. So if anyone's really interested, I encourage you to reach out and get the ball rolling on it.
Okay, so you get sort of a double whammy here on return on investment. I mean, you're going to save money in the fuel cost, on your maintenance cost, but on top of that, there's some money and some serious money to get you as an incentive to get into these vehicles inexpensively. I think that's all we have time for today, gentlemen. Thank you for coming on the show. I'm Joe Ross for the Michigan Propane Gas Association. Thank you for tuning in.